Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Life of Amulya and welcome to my birthday month. It is September finally and I'm so happy because there's so many things planned for this month. So excited that it's finally here because I've been waiting for the longest time. I thought it would be the perfect time to start my birthday month. I'm making a video by reflecting on whatever I've learned so far about the top 22 things that I learned at the age of 22. Without further ado, let's get into the video. First one is say yes to travel at every opportunity. If you know me, you know that I love traveling. I love everything about it, like be it long road trips, be it catching a flight, be it even traveling in a bus or a train, whatever it is, I am up for it. I love packing for a trip. I love everything about traveling. And at the age of 18, I also got a tattoo of a world map because I want to travel the world. It's my biggest dream of all time, and I feel there are so many. With every trip, I feel like I learn something, and I feel like even if you are like maybe on a tight budget and if you can still manage and you can go on a travel, I feel you should say yes to it because I don't think so you can regret as such when you travel, and it's just the best thing ever. So please say yes if you get an opportunity to travel, because even if you don't like travel, I'm sure that you will enjoy the experiences that you get to see. You get to enjoy the other cities or other countries culture, and you can enjoy the food, their activities, and there's just so much to travel. Second one is time heals. So this was something that happened very recently in my life where there were a couple of relationships. By relationships I mean like long lost friendships that were not left at very good terms, and that used to bother me for ages together. So I feel like just because I gave that time for like healing and for like uh, just that space, basically I feel like that helped a lot. That time that I gave the other person, or the time that I got, I feel like I could realize where I went wrong and what made me better. And I also went back to those people. Like it was not just one or two or three people, there were a lot of people, and that used to bother me every day. I apologized along with a nice gesture. So I think that time along with at that time made me feel like it made me reflect as to what went wrong, and it made me a better person, and it made the other person also realize maybe that okay, it's fine, it happens, and life is too short to be like holding grudges against someone. So that is what I meant by time heals, and this is the most like recent thing that happened. And I'm so grateful that I don't have any grudges against anyone, and I'm just like if you feel like you've done something wrong to a person and they're going to hold it against you forever, just remember that's not the case. It will get better because time always heals. Give time some time, and things get better with time, basically. Third one is don't say no to experiences. When I was earning, like I used to always hesitate to like go out and experience new things, and that was not something that I was okay spending money on. I'll just give you an example. So if you are a Bangalorean and if you love cricket, you understand that the RCB matches are shit expensive. Like they're very expensive. You sometimes question, is it worth it? And there are people who will come and tell you, no, it's not worth it, just watch at home. But like I somehow got convinced to spend that money, and I went to many matches for that, like over the last 2 years, because that's when I started watching more of cricket. And I had the best time. I don't care about the result. The whole experience of like from the house, basically you get ready for the match, and then you till the time I go to the stadium, there are so many people of the same interest coming along. And when you go there as well, you experience that different vibe. You forget the real world for those 3-4 hours, and it's like the best time ever. And if it's the main thing is, if it's in your budget and if you have an opportunity to go, basically just don't say no, just go experience it. Be it that or be it concerts. I had not been to concerts, and when I went I had the best time. I went to Arman Malik concert and Zayden's concert. It was I had the best time, and those experiences are just so memorable, and they are with me till date. They have been one of the most special nights for me, and I've just had the best time. So if you have an opportunity and if you are able to afford it, please don't say no to experiences, because you might doubt when you go there, but when you come out, you'll come out happy, or you'll come out with so many memories. And that's just my thing in life. Like, I want more of memories. I want to create memories with the people I love the most. The next one is also linked to the previous one. So this one is go easy on money, and this is again an example from the time when I was earning, which is like 2 years back. And when I was earning, I used to overthink so much. I'll just give you a rough example. So suppose I was earning 40,000. I used to overthink so much that I am not gonna spend more than 10,000 on my expenses. And the expenses, obviously I stay with my parents, so I don't have as many expenses. But that time I used to overthink even if I spent 100 rupees extra. And this is like just a rough example that I'm giving. This was not the actual case, but I'm just telling you that even if I spend 10 rupees or even 50 rupees extra, I used to be like, I need to compensate this for the next month. Next month I need to be tight on my budget and all that. And I do understand savings is important, but at the same time, you don't need to be so hard on yourself. Money is earned, you need to enjoy it. It shouldn't be like a burden that you are facing, like, shit, I'm not saving enough money, because it's all right. Some days you save more, some days you save less. That's totally fine. So if I could go back, I just want to tell my younger self that it's okay, just enjoy. Things will get better. You keep earning money every month, it's fine. And there are many ways you can make money. It's not just one thing. You can learn about investing, you can do many things. So basically, just be calm. And I wish I could tell myself, don't overthink so much. So if there's anyone out there like me, please go easy on money, enjoy, because you're not working. Like, if you're working in a corporate, I'm just talking about that perspective, you're not just working like 5 days a week to just overthink on the other 2 days about money. Like, you're not doing that. Enjoy your life, do whatever it takes, just enjoy your life and just be on the right path. Don't let anyone stop you from being who you are, basically. The next one is your parents are right in their own ways. This one took me the longest time to figure out, and I was always pissed at my parents that why aren't they understanding my mindset, why aren't they getting my point. And I came to realize that they were brought up in a certain way, we are brought up in a certain way, and probably when we have kids, we will bring them up in a certain way, and our mindsets don't have to sync. It's all right. And you don't have to like be so annoyed by your parents all the time, because they are also new at this. They don't understand many a times, and it's okay. You can just try to make them understand. If they don't understand, it's totally fine. You can just be like, okay, and just let it go, basically. Because there were so many days where I used to argue with my parents, and I used to yell at them. I used to like cry so much, and I feel like that phase is now gone for the best. And I feel like I'm happier now, and I'm in like a better relationship with them. And even if they are getting angry at me, they have only good intentions, like, you don't have to worry about that. And sometimes they're going to be wrong, but sometimes even you're going to be wrong. That's totally fine. Just, you don't have to be annoyed with them, because we all have limited time left. So just make the best of it. The next one is step out of your comfort zone. So this was another big lesson that I learned, because I never thought that I would start a small business, sell cakes to people. I never thought that I would interact much with people. I never thought that I would start a YouTube channel. Like, dude, that's something that I still can't believe till date, that I have a YouTube channel. This is all me stepping out of my comfort zone, because I never thought that I could talk like how I'm talking in front of the camera. I never thought that I could do this. I never thought that I would make reels, I would make like content and edit videos. I never thought any of this. This was all me stepping out of my comfort zone because one person told me you can do it, and that's all that it took for me. And I just gathered the courage and I'm doing this, and look where it has brought me. Like it might not have, like I might have not grown in YouTube or in that baking business that I was doing, but I for sure, like I've learned a lot of things. And even with YouTube, I've learned so many things, and it's just been 1 month since I started, and I'm so grateful for all of this. I'm so grateful for that one person that came and told me, you should just do this. The kind of person that overthinks every decision, and I used to overthink so much as to how weird is it gonna be if I talk in front of a camera. And look at me today, like I have stepped out of my comfort zone and I'm just getting better, and it's just the biggest blessing. Like I'm just so grateful to be where I am today. Seventh one is make mistakes. I'm still learning because I have the fear of being judged by people. I think that's something that I have from childhood, because people kept saying, what will others say, ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಏನು ಅನ್ಕೊಂತಾರೆ, all those things. I used to like think like that's what was put in my mind, and I used to be afraid of making mistakes. Like I was like, shit, I made a mistake, what do I do? And it took me the longest time that while making mistakes you're gonna learn. And I think I learned this when I was telling my friend that it's okay to make mistakes. Like I was telling my friends that you learn from mistakes, why are you so beaten up? That's when I learned, but I am giving such good advices, but why don't I follow it? Everyone makes mistakes, but the only thing that matters is you need to learn something from it. You can't keep repeating your mistakes over and over again. Like even with friendships, I can't be telling my friends that I'll get better, I won't do this again, and I can't keep repeating the same thing because that doesn't make sense. If you are going to learn from your mistakes, then make as many mistakes as possible, because it's only going to make you a better person. The eighth one is everything happens for a reason. And lately I've started to believe that, I've started to be more spiritual. I started to believe more in God, and I've started to believe that if I am here today, and if there is something that's not working in my way or the way I wanted it to, it's because God has put me in this position. If God has put me in this position, He's gonna get me out of it. Like if I'm in a trouble, He's gonna get me out of it. So that's like God's plan. I have stopped to like complain as to why am I here? Why is this happening to me? Why is it only happening to me? Because I believe that if I'm here, it's for a reason, and I just need to be patient and just understand why I'm in this position. And it has always worked. Like there are many times where I've been stuck, and where I've just I've questioned myself as to why I'm here. But then later, after maybe like a few days, I realized, oh, that's why that happened. And it's all about believing in God's plan and just like trusting God with everything. Ninth one is don't take yourself too seriously, let loose. This was something that people had to tell me because I was the most uptight person. I was like I still am a little uptight. I need to learn to let loose. And if like I gave like for example, if something happens in public, like there was a time when I was learning my two-wheeler, and that time I fell like in front of everyone. Like there was a huge crowd, and I was so scared of that. I was scared to even like go out in public again, because I used to be like, shit, what happened? And that's when I realized that I need to let go of few things, because they don't even remember me now, and why am I thinking so much about them? And like even now, if I like while walking, if I trip a bit, I used to be like, shit, and I used to run to my house, because I don't know, that doesn't make sense to me at the moment, because those people who have seen you, then they're not even gonna remember you, and even if they remember you, you're gonna be a funny story. And that's a very good thing. So I have to still learn about this, but this is one of the things that I need to work on as well. And slightly I have learned, but there's a lot more to go. So if you're someone like me, if you're very uptight, please learn to let loose. Give yourself that like be free and do things, do whatever makes you happy. Just don't think about other things. The 10th one is you don't have to raise your voice at someone to prove your point. I needed to learn this. I this is the one thing that I can tell you that I've learned, because I was not am I was the most short-tempered person that you would ever meet. And if I used to get angry at the smallest of things, like even from when I was a kid, I was the most short-tempered. I used to yell at everyone because I felt like they were not listening to me. And lately I've realized that even if I'm talking in this tone, I can prove my point. I don't have to yell, or I don't have to yell because the other person is yelling at me. This can be my decibel and I can still make my point. People will still understand. And maybe if the other person is yelling, they might take some time, but they are gonna listen to me. I don't have to become like them, like yell like them to make my point. I am calm about most of the things now, and this has helped me a lot in my personal life, and this has helped my friends a lot, because I don't get angry that much. So a much better person than I was before. So really proud of myself on that. 11th one, always compliment people. This is another one thing that I'm trying to work on, because I never used to compliment people. So it was like when I used to see other person, I used to think in my mind, oh, they are dressed good, oh, they are so attractive in the sense like the way they talk, or the way their thinking is. So I used to just think about it in my mind, and I never used to go and approach the person and tell. And no one used to do the same to me. But I think recently there have been so many people who have started to compliment me, like be it in college or be it elsewhere, like my friends, a friend or someone. And if they like what I'm wearing, they just come up to me and say, and that makes my day so happy. Like if someone tells me I'm looking good, I just blush instantly, and I'm like, oh my god, thank you. And I don't know how to react to that, but then that makes me so happy. That makes my day. And I think if others can do it, then why am I keeping this in my mind? If I can make someone else, like others, day better, then why am I not doing it? That's what I realized, and I'm trying my best to get there. It is gonna take me some time, but I have incorporated a little bit, and I am telling people that, oh my god, I love your top, oh my god, I love this, I love that. I feel so happy even when I'm telling it to others. I don't expect them to tell it back to me, obviously, but when I tell it to them, I feel so happy from within. I'm like, oh my god, I made someone's day. So if you guys are not doing it, please do it. Don't keep it in your mind. Go and tell it to the other person. The 12th one is exercise. So I was in a love-hate relationship. I had been to gym and it didn't work out for me. And I used to, like, if I did not get the results, I used to give up. To be like, anyway, it's not working out for me, why the hell should I do it? But then recently, like, I have quit gym now, but I still do other things to like stay active, and that makes me happy. Like obviously it's a pain, and it's a pain to like get up early and then push myself, like just half an hour, just do it, just get it done with. It doesn't work for me like that. But every time that I work out, or when I choose to work out or stay active, even for that matter taking the stairs, I am the kind of person that takes the stairs, and even doing that makes me so happy. And it's like the feeling from within. You don't have to look a certain way. If you're working towards it, that's good enough. And I feel like I have worked towards it a lot in the past. I did not get the result, but it's fine. I feel like now I'm in the stage where when I'm staying more active, in my mind I feel so good. I feel like yes, this is what I wanted, and it has made me feel like very positive about myself, because I used to hate my body a lot. Like I used to be very negative, and now I'm like, it's okay, I am at least working towards it. The results is not in my hand, but I am working towards it. The 13th one is apologize when you are wrong. This I had a major problem with, because I think it was my ego. I used to be like, when I was arguing with the other person, I used to be like, when they used to point out some mistake, I used to be like, okay, I did this, but you did that. And I used to tell that even you were at fault, so why the hell am I apologizing? I was never apologizing. I was like, why should I apologize? You did this wrong, you apologize. That is so toxic. Big red flag. But I have overcome that. I have also realized that, okay, if there's another person that's telling me that this is what you did bad, now if someone comes and tells me now, I'll be like, okay, I'm sorry about that. I try to make that better, and then I try to tell you also did this is where I felt bad, maybe that's why I reacted that way. And it doesn't matter if you are sorry or if they are sorry, just you need to solve the matter, because anyway later you're gonna be fine because that's your friend. But why are you spending and wasting time arguing with that person, you know? So just be it with your parents. I know they are not gonna tell sorry, but you just do. Just let your ego aside. Don't care about the other person telling sorry. Like, obviously that is, if it's a very wrong thing if the other person is never apologizing and only you're apologizing. But do your part, and if the other person is not apologizing, just tell them and tell to them that this is not how you're gonna treat me, or this is not what you're gonna say to me. And just let your ego aside and just do it. Trust me, it solves fights much sooner. And if you're with the right person, they are also gonna apologize if they are wrong. So another lesson. 14th thing, this I've been doing for the longest time: appreciate small things and small efforts. If you're with a person and if you're in your comfort zone, we don't appreciate small things. Like, if you have told someone that, you know, I like red color, they get you something in red the next day, and you know, you need to appreciate that. And I'm sure most of us do, because that's the cutest things ever. And they're like the best. Like, even I do a lot of things to other people. Like, if they tell me that they like something, I do that for them. I try to do that for them. And when they appreciate that, I feel so happy. And I feel like we should learn to do more of this. Like, we need to do small things for others, and when someone does it to us, basically we need to appreciate. The 15th one is skincare is the most important thing. This, I'm sure most of us have realized it recently. You need to care for your skin, and it's not just about you know, looking good. It's about like taking care of your skin, so that in the future your skin is gonna look good. Like, your skin is the most important thing. It's like the barrier for your body. It protects you, so you need to protect your skin. And when you're stepping out, please use sunscreen. Like, I was never using sunscreen. Investing in good skincare brands is like the best thing ever. I just use a face wash, I use a moisturizer, serum. I was the most careless person, and thanks to my genes, I have good skin, but I never took care of it. Lately I have started taking care of it, and I feel very good that I am taking care of it, and I'm not like taking it for granted, basically. The 16th one is hydrating yourself solves half the problems, and this is so true. I can't even tell you, I never used to drink water. I was the most shameless person who never drank water, and I used to get headaches so often that when I used to wake up, like in the morning, my head used to feel heavy. And then I realized that I'm not drinking enough water. So you need to drink good amount of water, even if it means like you need to take a good bottle. Do that, because even, for instance, I need a sipper like this, which will make me drink more water. Because if it's like a metal bottle, you get these caps, right? I don't like opening the cap. I just want to do this and drink water, and it really solves out the problems. Like, skin is better, and I know you get to, like, you feel like peeing a lot, but once you get used to it, it's the best thing ever. Now I barely have headaches, and whenever I do, I realize that it's because of this, because I am dehydrated and I drink so much water. I feel so better. And even for today, I had the worst stomach pain in the morning. Drank water, everything was amazing. So hydrate yourself. It's really good, it's really important, and it really solves half the problems, and I'm not even kidding. The 17th one, eat more of home cooked food. So recently, I think this was 1 year ago, where I got food poisoning. Like, I never got food poisoning, but I think 2 years back, I had been to a hotel and I got the worst food poisoning of all times, and that was one eye opener for me. And even recently, there have been so many news about how these um, like restaurants, they use these adulterated food, and that's really not good for health. And the amount of palm oil that's been used is the worst thing ever. And that's when I realized that if I'm craving for something like maybe noodles, I can make it at home. I can just cook it at home and have the most delicious meal ever. And that doesn't mean that I'm not telling that you need to just eat home cooked food. Go out, it's fine, but you need to eat more of like home cooked meals, because you know what you're making. Like the Maggie that I make at home will obviously be better than the ones that I have outside, because I don't know. First of all, Maggie is such a bad thing. On top of that, they might use some other more like worse ingredients and make it even more worse. So I feel like eating more of like home cooked meals is better for your health, and you need to do it. And that doesn't mean that you need to cut down on the outside food. Eat that as well, but just be more balanced. 18th one is build relationships. So I know most of the people talk about networking, but you need to have people in your life, because if you, even being like for instance, I'm an introvert, and that doesn't mean that I can live without people. I still need to socialize. If I don't socialize, I'll go mad, obviously. So I feel it's very important that you build connections, you build relationships, and maintain them, because you never know when you need someone. And it's the most important thing, and it's very easy to stay connected with people now. And don't take that for granted. Every connection that you have is really important for you. And and you don't have to, I'm not telling you to be like the closest person to them. Just have them in your life, that's enough. Like, be on good terms with everyone. That's what I meant basically. Fights will happen, just learn how to overcome that. If the person is really toxic, I understand, but if if it's something that can be sorted out, just do it and just build those relationships and just maintain them. That's like a really good thing, and I need to start doing more of this, but I'll get there someday. 19th one, my most favorite. I think I'm telling most favorite to half the things, but this is take videos and photos. I know there are people that tell us like, why do you want to take photo of everything? I'm like, I want to document these memories. I want to remember this when I look back. Even if it's like taking photos of food, I feel it's okay to take. If you want to take a photo, it's fine. It's totally your call. No one has to come and tell you that, oh my god, why are you taking this photo? Like, I feel good taking the photo. I'm gonna take. And there have been so many days where I just sit and just scroll on my phone, like I go to photos app, keep scrolling, and I see the old photos, and that makes my heart so happy. And that makes me feel like, oh my god, this day was so fun. Oh my god, this happened that day, that happened. Makes me remember what happened. And if I did not have photos, definitely I wouldn't remember that. So I think it's the best thing that we have a phone that where we can take photos. So I think the older generations might feel like she's always taking photos of everything, but it's totally fine. They enjoy doing their own thing in their generation. This is our generation. We are enjoying taking photos, and I think that's really special. And that makes you look back into memories, and that just for me, it makes me very happy to see old photos. Like, even if I look very weird, I love seeing those old photos. So the best thing. I actually forget to take photos, when I'm out with my friends, I forget to take selfies with them or take like normal photos with them. I need to remember that I need to take photo, because when I come back home, I feel very sad that, oh shit, I couldn't take photos, and I need to get better at that. But I love taking photos. So I love taking, but I forget. So that's like two different things. The 20th one is, don't pretend to be a different person to fit in. Before COVID, I used to pretend that I was a certain kind of person to fit in with certain group of people, and I thought that people wouldn't accept me otherwise. And That was the worst thing that I did, because in that phase I did not like myself. My parents, I was kind of distanced from them. It's all very weird. That phase was very bad just because I pretended to be someone. And now I think I've understood myself much better. I have like a good set of people around me. I am being myself. I'm not pretending that, oh, you like this movie, yeah, I watched. I'm not pretending. If I don't like it, I tell it. No, I don't agree with you or something. But pretending to be someone is the worst thing that you can do. And if you all realize it, sometimes you don't realize it, but if you do realize it, and if you're doing it to be with certain people, then they are really toxic. Just leave them, be yourself. And if you feel like there's no one that's gonna love you for who you are, there will be people. You just need to have patience, and it's going to be okay. See, that's like a very, I think that's very common with our generations, where we pretend. But yeah, we will learn. Just an experience, you learn from experiences. But yeah, the sooner the better. Very first one is, change is the only way you can grow. So I see many people that are not open to change, but I feel like if you change, that's how you grow. You can't be in the same place and expect to grow. You can't be like, I'm not gonna step out of my comfort zone and I'm gonna grow. You need to keep changing. You need to keep adapting yourself to situations, and that's how you can grow. You just change, you just take that risk, and then you'll see like things change for the good. And you can obviously grow from mistake. Even if you make a mistake, you learn from it. It's okay. It's all a part of growing. So in whatever situation it is, if there is any change, just go with it, because change is the only constant anyway. So last one, and the most important one for me, is it's okay to be an introvert. And my whole family, my relatives, everyone made me feel like I was a weirdo for being an introvert. And even in college, even in like, not my work, but in college, and like when I met other people, I always used to feel like they're not okay with me being an introvert. And I used to feel like, why am I like this? Why can't I express myself? And people were made me believe that it is a phase. But trust me, for some people it's not a phase, because obviously I've gotten better. Like compared to last year, I can talk to people better, I can express myself better. But it's not something that, but I still am an introvert, and it's not something that will change overnight. And you can't be like, you can talk about this topic with that person, you can't tell me that, and it's not easy for me to go and talk to that person. This is going to be the most difficult thing for me. And there have been so many people who have made me believe that it's not a good thing to be an introvert. But let me tell you, I have found my people, and they find that it's good in a way that you're an introvert. Obviously there are going to be bad things about being an introvert, but it's also good. Like keeping your feelings to yourself and not expressing it to the first person you meet is a good thing. And if you are more reserved, it's fine, because it's not like I don't think so. Like I am the kind of person that will like restrict myself, and even if I'm close to the person, I don't restrict myself. I do talk to them. Just initially I don't feel comfortable talking to people, but that doesn't mean I don't like them or anything. But it's difficult for me to open up, and I have realized that it's okay. My friends made me realize it's okay, because I never thought that there would be people who will come and tell me it's okay to be an introvert. And when my friends told, I realized, okay, this is who I am. It's fine. Like, I'm not that bad. And I don't have to be an extrovert to be liked by people. So, if there are any introverts watching this video, please just know that it's totally fine. Do what you want to do. And if there are people telling you that you're weird, you shouldn't be an introvert, they're the worst kind of people, just let them talk. You do you, don't change yourself. And like, don't change yourself means if you can get better at expressing, that's a good thing, but you don't have to feel bad about being yourself. Hope you guys learned something from it, could relate something to whatever I said, and you can get inspired from it. And I feel so happy that I could make this video. and hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye.